We're Threezus, there's three of us. We're weird as fuck and that's our deal. This could go anywhere, so buckle up and Threezus take the wheel.
No one dresses like Gaston.
No one messes like Gaston.
No one takes an exam and stresses like Gaston.
He wants to tell you he loves you, but he's shy.
My, what a guy, that Gaston.
Welcome to Threezus Podcast, everyone. We looked at each other recently and decided we had not played Gaston in too long.
Looked at each
so
other.
we're gonna play Gaston for you in a bit. But first, I want to start us out. I never do these, but I want Danny to start us out with this week's shout out.
Yes. I'm
Who's shouting
Danny.
out?
Myself.
Okay,
I'm
Danny.
I've already been whispering into the mic.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll hear that in post.
This is a great competition that every listener loves.
This is a shout out from our Spotify Q&A where you can respond to the questions. Usually it's just unless we had one that was pertinent to the episode.
Okay.
What did you think of this episode of Threezus? Taya responds.
What's up, Taya?
what's
Shout
up,
out to you.
Taya?
Yeah, so Taya says, I'm kind of flabbergasted to learn that Danny has a girlfriend, as he's been the notoriously single guy for so long.
Yeah.
Very happy for him, though. Great episode as always. I listened with my mom.
Oh, hey, look, a
What's up,
little
Mom?
Yeah, what's
new
up,
info
Mom?
at the very end.
Yeah,
Love that.
yeah.
Well,
Shout
shout out
out,
to
Mom.
Taya and shout out Taya's mom.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
want your mom shouted out, you can be like Taya. You can interact with us on the Spotify feed.
Yes.
Next one of our
Yeah,
episodes.
polls, Q&A, all
You can
the above.
also, if you're an Apple Podcast listener, leave a 5-star review there. You can also DM us at Threezus Podcast on Instagram. You can also go to our YouTube page.
Heck yeah.
What's our YouTube channel?
Threezus Podcast,
Yeah.
I believe, or at Threezus Podcast, I
Yeah.
believe it is. So, yeah.
And you can leave comments on our
Yeah.
YouTube content as well. That could make you eligible for a shout out. Lastly,
Absolutely.
you can do my favorite one, which is join our Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/Threezus.
Threezus.
We have a great ongoing family tree of
Yeah.
all of our Patreon
We
members,
also
and you
need
could
to
be the
find,
next one.
We need to find, I think it was Braylon, a grandpa, like
Oh,
her
that's right.
own. Her
we have
house,
a grandmammy, but we do not have a grandpappy.
Grandpappy. Yeah. If any of you would like to volunteer.
Because Braylon doesn't want to be a widowed grandmammy
Yeah,
anymore.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's fair.
Grammy
Yeah.
is
It's never
probably
too late for
preferred.
love. Yeah.
You can go to your local YMCA,
Yeah.
learn
Great place to do something related to this
synchronized swimming, and
With who?
Yeah, this is you can't do that by yourself. Yeah, that's purely.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be very
There's not,
synchronized. if
there's
it's
not
by
an
yourself.
ongoing synchronized swimming team
you
at
could
the
just
YMCA.
cannonball
usually.
into the water, and that'd be
Start a synchronized swimming team at
Okay.
the YMCA.
Okay, great.
I don't know past that. I haven't.
But then
gone
how are we
that
going to
far
shout
yet.
them out?
I'm working on it.
Okay,
Okay.
great. Well, you can do that one too.
Well, I figure it's going to take them a while to get the team together and
That's
start
true. That's
practicing.
true. Now, I want to keep going.
We'll do
I'll
the next
think
step
of
in
it.
like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I want to keep going with Gaston because I like that game. Ready?
Yes.
No one swims like Gaston.
No one. What rubs and swims?
I don't know. Trims.
Trims like Gaston.
No. You lost. Start a new one, Daniel. Start a new one.
No one jumps like Gaston.
No one humps like Gaston. I mean,
No one gets from behind, touches the rump like Gaston.
One time he saw a monarch butterfly.
My, what a guy. That guy's remarkable.
Yeah. No one skates like Gaston.
No one hates like Gaston.
No one hides in his room and masturbates like Gaston.
He tried to close the door, but his mom walked in while he was doing it. My, what a guy, that Gaston. No one
packs like Gaston.
No one sacks like Gaston.
No one brings some snacks like Gaston.
He wants to poop, but he's blocked up. My, what a guy, that Gaston.
I think you're saying blind. No one.
All right, Jenny lost again.
Yeah.
I forgot that it was my turn.
I should have lost. I just said like no one packs snacks like Gaston.
I mean,
It's
still
just part
works.
of the music.
Yeah,
That's what my band teacher
that's
always
fair,
said.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You
Well,
wanted to,
great.
like-
that was a lot of fun.
My energy's already high.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
That's our favorite card game. You should play it the next time you're in a car
Yeah,
or
yeah.
a bus. Make everyone on the bus play this
Oh
game.
my
with you.
god.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
One of the places I've learned taking a bus is fun is from my house to a nearby airport because it's like just about as fast as an
Yeah.
Uber, but it's like not any price compared. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
And you don't have to talk to anybody.
very cheap. You don't have to
Yeah.
talk to any. I mean, do you have to talk to anyone in an Uber?
I feel like I have to.
Yeah, I
Do
usually
people
say hi.
people talk to you a lot?
Yeah,
No. I just like it feels really awkward if I don't. For me,
Yeah.
I don't know if necessarily for other people, but you know,
I don't take
Yeah.
Uber that often, but sometimes I'm like like often when I do take an Uber, I'm very exhausted. So I usually just sit there in my thoughts, like barely.
If they try
awake.
and talk to you, flip them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just scream.
Tuck and roll.
Well, that reminds me of traveling.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you a story from last time I was traveling. It's not necessarily a funny story, but it like weirdly meant a lot to me, if that makes sense.
Okay.
For the last like 6 months, I've struggled a lot with depression and mental health in general. And I've been getting a lot better within the last like 2 months. Nice. And I had a thing recently happen to me that really showed me how much better I've been doing. So I don't know if any of you at home relate to this, but I'm one of my things I struggle with is the thought, ooh, I really fucked up now. You know, like any moment I can like glom onto that's like, ooh, you just fucked up. You just ruined whatever it is that was supposed to be going on and going well, right?
Sure.
So like I don't know, I'm just making this up, but like if we were out to a nice dinner and I like spilled like hot sauce on your pants and it was like a nice pair of pants or something, that would be a great opportunity for me to have a shit time for the rest of all dinner.
Right.
Because like hyperfixate on it.
Yeah, because
even if I were like, hey, it's all good.
it's really not a big deal.
I actually love hot sauce on it.
Luckily, these are perfectly stained to fit that. Like the hot sauce just fits
Tabasco
in.
colored.
Or if you gave a normal fucking answer, like when you spill on pants, it's not that big a deal.
Right.
But I struggle with that historically, right? And especially when I was having really bad mental health issues. Recently, I went to Las Vegas, a place I enjoy. I had a wonderful trip.
Cool.
I did lose my watch.
Oh.
Like, I absolutely heard the familiar voice that's like offering to freak out. It's like, would you like to freak out now? Would you like to deem the whole trip a disaster now? Would you like to hate yourself for every moment until you find the watch again, even though you can't because it's lost forever, you dipshit? Like, I was offered all those thoughts and I like actively turned them down and like I earnestly like more believed, but it's just like a thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like an object and I just had a great experience, which I tend to value over objects in general.
Yeah.
And I was like, so if I'm really live into the things I care about and the values I have, this really just doesn't matter that much and doesn't take anything away. You know, I still feel a little tempted to like feel really negatively about it, but it's a much more quiet, more muted sound in the very back of my head.
Right.
And the parts of me that are steering now are finally like, it's just a watch, man. You know, like, and that's really, really big for me. I'm sure there's a lot of people at home who like easily do things like this, but I'm not one of those people.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it just made me want to share this story. And if any of you listening at home have had a hard time with your mental health or with depression or with anything, I just encourage you to see how much you can negotiate with that voice and build a relationship with them where you anticipate that they'll be there.
Yeah.
But you can just kind of be like, yeah, but my real values don't state that when you lose a watch, the whole trip is fucked.
Yeah.
Right?
Actually, I feel like I resonate with that, particularly because y'all know not you listener, but Mason and Danny know that I'm going to Korea this week.
Yeah.
At the end of this week, and I've been stressing
place.
out. Yeah, I've been stressing out about dying, about going to Korea and like making sure everything's in order, and I've been freaking out. And actually today, I was freaking out, and the thought crossed my mind. Very cheesy but true. Stress over the things like you have control over,
not
and
the
like
ones you don't.
and like be aware of what things you have control, what you don't. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can do that.
I feel like that's the case a lot of times with Mason and I are sports fans.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very easy to get invested in like how well your teams do.
Right.
But also like
what can you fucking do about it?
It really peeves me when people allow I never think about like what my pet peeves are, but maybe this is one of them.
Yeah.
When people get so devoted to a team in a particular sport that when that team loses, they are just a shittier person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like upset.
Yeah.
And, like,
But it's also like, this is something you literally have no power over. You do not change the outcome of the sport.
Yeah.
Video games, although you are
video games.
playing them, kind of have the same thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And so
also,
it's like
it doesn't like actually affect you in any way.
Right.
Yeah.
In any way.
Unless you're betting.
Yeah.
But
Don't
that's
do
a
that.
different
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
Really, do that if only with money that you can afford to lose.
Yeah. But in that case, it shouldn't upset you so much because you set it aside to lose it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's funny because I do have like friends who will do like 7-leg parlay bets and then get kind of bummed when they lose, and you're like, yeah, you have like a 2% chance of winning. Less than that. Yeah. But
I don't
it's
know
like,
what that is.
Oh, so it's like when you're like, this thing will happen and this thing will happen and this thing, and you have to get all of them right in order to. But you bet like $1 and you make like 1,000, you know, whatever, because the odds of it happening just compound.
So
you're compounding a fraction, which means you're still one out of blank, but the blank is multiplied enormously every time you add a new thing.
Yeah.
I'm a big Dodgers fan. I'm literally wearing a Dodgers jersey right now.
I was going to say a good example of not letting a sports team bum you out because it's not something you control is that I'm an A's fan.
Oh,
and
Jeez,
our owner is literally intentionally trying to be the worst team in history right now because he's trying to throw a tantrum to get taxpayer money. Anyway.
So I was watching. So in 2017, the Dodgers lost in Game 7 to the Astros.
Yeah, that was the heartbreaker.
And they were cheating.
They were, you know, and it was like, you know,
but it's not clear for sure that the outcome would have been much different if they were it could have been different if they weren't.
Yeah, and
but
it sucks
it's sports, so it also just could have been anything.
So I remember being really bummed the night of Game 7, but then like the next day I didn't care anymore.
Yeah,
I think it was one of those things. It's like you're allowed to maybe care for a second, but then like I just truly was like, I mean, you know, especially in baseball where like truly a lot of the times the best team does not win. Yeah. It's kind of just the team that gets hottest at the end.
The best team only wins 60% of the time in baseball.
Yeah. And so it's
How often does the worst team win?
Oh, 40%
40% of the time. Yeah. Or the worst.
Make a baseball
the worst?
The worst. Not the worst.
Worst period? The worst team in the league usually wins between 33 and 40% of the time.
Yeah.
It's unusual.
Daniel, we will not win a single game.
Baseball.
No, we will not win a game.
I think you might be mixing up cause and effect.
Also, the worst team in baseball is still...
You're telling me if I play baseball, I will win 30% of the time.
I am not telling you that whatsoever.
You just told me that.
No, that's not what I said.
Those words came out of your mouth.
Yeah. We said that if any
correlation
person could just play. Well, Daniel's not average though. Daniel is clearly above average.
I feel different.
Yeah, right.
Part of me is like, what position would Daniel play where he would have somehow the most amount of success?
It's kind of always a problem because I ask myself this a lot as a sports fan. Is like, what would I play in this sport? And like the older I get, the more I realize like
nothing.
What position would I play implies that there are physical requirements that I already meet. Like, what position will I play in basketball? Well, I'm not 2 feet taller than I am. So none of them.
And also like you're not like agile enough and have the handles enough to be a point guard. You know, and then like definitely can't be a center because you're not 7 feet tall.
I liked playing safety when I was in elementary school playing like recess football. And it's like, but the average safety is 3 times my size. And very strong.
They're like 6'2", 220 and like very fast and strong.
You guys, I got some new workout equipment.
Let's get to work.
Let's get to work. Dude,
I hear 29 is a great time to start preparing to be an athlete.
In football, I don't know, Daniel, if you know this, but for certain positions in football, 29 is like when you're like too old for that position.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
it's
you know,
really
Ken Jeong was a doctor before he became an actor.
Yes, and actors and athletes have the same kinds of requirements.
It's never too late.
Actor and doctors also peak at 29.
Actors, much like athletes, must outact all their peers directly in order to do a good job.
I really like this. This is where we took our. This is a very wholesome, like snaps for character development, Mason.
Oh, thank you.
You are you, and if you are you, who the fuck am I?
Good transition.
I hate that. Like, I was actively listening to Mason, but also I was like, oh, transition.
The funny thing is, the answer to that would be you.
No, but you are you. Who am I?
Danny.
So
this game is called Who the Fuck Am I? Right, Danny?
Yes. So this is a fun one. Daniel does this also with What Am I? Where it's kind of like you'll do like a random.
It's like a riddle thing.
Yeah, I'll do like a riddle.
It's not really riddles. It's not necessarily a riddle.
Yeah, mine are a little bit riddly now because I've kind of taken from Daniel. Okay, cool. Some of them though are just
so Danny's gonna trickle in like riddle parts or like things or facts.
But these are people?
These can be celebrities, historical figures, or characters.
Okay.
All of the above.
And so like well-known names.
Yes. And these are all, all 4 of these people. There will be 4.
Who is Scooby-Doo?
I have done Scooby-Doo before though.
And so me and Daniel's job is just to try to get it as quickly as possible.
So they'll be kind of increasingly more specific, start fairly general, and then it's fun to like submit after the first statement, even though there's no way you'll get it right.
I'm definitely gonna do that.
All right, let's hear it, Danny. Who the fuck am I?
Number 1, I was just doing my job and now I'm here.
Paul Blart.
No, but that's
Genghis
good.
Khan.
Oh Jesus! That's right, Mason.
Robin
I
Williams
wrote
in
Genghis Khan.
Jumanji.
What do you say?
Robin Williams in Jumanji.
We should only get like one guess or something.
Okay, next one.
Okay. I'm not even the most famous member of my family.
Oh, Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. Yeah. No. No. Family. Yeah.
Jeb Bush.
He is not the most famous member of his family. He's not even like the third, or maybe he's the third.
Please clap.
Please clap. Yeah. You wouldn't guess it by looking at me, but I've got mad hops.
Oh, it's definitely Jeb Bush.
Yeah.
This feels like a character to me.
I will give you that. It is a character. Yes.
Oh, some kind of rabbit or bunny.
I feel like you would know by looking at them that they've got mad hops. Maybe.
Oh, actually, you're right. A frog?
Well, I don't know.
Babs Bunny?
Bunny,
wait,
no.
what is that? How does that work?
I'll just give you the next one. Driving came naturally to me, though at times I need a little help.
This is Luigi.
Yeah, this is Luigi.
What?
This is Luigi.
So I was just
Luigi
doing my
Mario.
job, and now I'm here. Plumber. He was plumbing, and then he and Mario find like a thing or whatever. And then I'm not even the most famous member of my family. Mario is. You wouldn't guess it by looking at me, but I've got mad hops. And then driving came naturally to me because also there were babies in Mario Kart, like baby Mario, baby Luigi. Though at times I need a little help. The items, and then I had green doesn't just describe my desire for a coin. Money, coin, green, clothing. Luckily, my crack doesn't show when I work. And then the last one would just be, I guess you could say I'm addicted to shrooms.
I would say that last one isn't necessarily more revealing than the previous one, which is why it's funny to me.
But also one thing I realized because I just looked up Luigi's Wikipedia to like get a little more stuff. Apparently, in September 2015,
Luigi was canceled.
Yes, Miyamoto. I don't remember his first name.
Luigi?
No, Miyamoto stated that Mario's full name was Mario. And as a result,
Luigi Mario.
Luigi Mario.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny.
Brothers,
Person number 2. This can be, of course, a historical figure, celebrity, or character. I've been many things, but a millennial isn't one of them.
Oh, the Wonder Twins that they go like shape of blah 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 form of blah 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 blah. That's
George Washington.
George Washington. That is correct. Yeah. No.
He's a boomer, right?
Yeah. He's a boomer. Baby boomer. 1950s.
Yep.
Yeah. At one time, if you walked in without warning, you might have caught me in the act.
Excuse
that
me?
one's very cryptic, but you'll understand. Yeah. No, this is not George Washington. It's not just confirmed that it's George Washington. Okay.
Wait, sorry, what was the first one again?
The first one is I've been many things, but a millennial isn't one of them.
Okay, we got to submit a guess, Daniel.
You don't have to. I mean, I could keep going.
No, we're going to do it.
Okay.
So, caught me in the act, not a millennial.
That one Korean guy that's a doctor and also a Marine and also a Navy SEAL and also an astronaut.
No.
Okay. Because he is many things.
Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner? Oh, yeah. So let me just keep going. We did end up rescuing him, but I was left behind. Not the first time I'd been stranded either.
Okay, this no longer sounds like George Washington to me.
Is it Tom Hanks?
It is Tom Hanks.
Wow.
Whoa. Yeah. So that's a Saving Private Ryan reference. We did rescue him, but I was left behind. He died in the last battle.
Okay.
Sorry, spoiler. Not the first time I'd been stranded either. Castaway.
Yeah, Castaway. That's what I was thinking about.
So the other ones were I've been many things, but I couldn't tell. I didn't know what to put.
Like he's never played a character younger than a millennial.
And he's also not a millennial.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I've been many things being an actor. At one time, if you walked in without warning, this is Toy Story. You would have caught me in the act of like not being a
masturbating.
Yeah. And then the other ones were.
That's why they call him Woody.
Woody. Yeah. And then the other ones were I'd run anywhere for you, even if it's cross country. Forrest Gump.
Okay.
And then for us, the possibilities may have well been infinity and beyond. That was if you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear.
All right. Good job, Daniel. You sniped that kind of out of nowhere. You very unconfidently said Tom Hanks too.
Who's the voice of Buzz?
I don't remember.
Is it Tom Hanks?
No, he's Woody.
He's Woody.
Oh, he's Woody. Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember who Buzz is. Okay.
I don't remember.
Person number 3. I love my job, though we are historically underpaid.
Teachers.
Well, it's not just teachers.
Oh, sorry. Is a person teacher?
Yeah. It's just teachers.
Well, teachers are people, but I don't know if that's. It is Tim Allen. Tim Allen's Buzz Lightyear.
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Is it Mrs. Vaughn, my 4th grade teacher?
Yes, and I totally knew that because you've totally told me.
Can you repeat the first part?
I love my job, though we are historically underpaid.
Yeah, I think teachers. Mrs. Honey from Matilda.
No, but good guess. Okay, don't you let me catch you doing anything suspicious on my watch.
Snape.
No.
This is Vaughn again.
Yeah, this is fun.
She always caught me. No,
If you're new,
I was mischievous.
Yeah. If you're new here, you may not recognize me. I'm not literally an animal.
Okay.
Litter. Raccoon.
Literally an animal.
Yeah,
Can you repeat the whole thing?
A dog.
No.
Cat.
These are still not individual
If
things.
you're-
Sorry.
If you're new here, you may not recognize me. I'm not literally an animal. Literally an animal.
And the first two were
If I lose my job, I love my job. I love my job, though we are historically underpaid. Don't you let me catch you doing anything suspicious on my watch. You should know the rules by now, or do I need to spell them out?
Snape.
Again, yeah.
Mrs. Frizzle.
Snape is close.
Yeah.
I know who it is.
Go.
Is it McGonagall?
It is.
yeah.
So that's why I
Litter,
said
kitty
literally.
litter.
Yeah. And then need to
Yeah.
spell. Don't you let me catch you doing it? Yeah. And then the last one was just going to be so many insane things have happened to those I've been considered responsible for.
Okay, yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
Crazy shit happens to the kids at Hogwarts. Okay. Last one. Well done, Daniel. Yes. It's hot wherever I go. Doesn't matter the weather.
Flame On guy from Fantastic Four.
The Human Torch.
The Human Torch.
That is incorrect, but good guess.
Cameron Diaz.
She's just attractive, I guess. Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, that's like an old like celeb
I don't
crush
know
too.
why I
Yeah.
said Cameron Diaz.
Okay. I may look like a thing of the past, but I'm holding out for when all of this is back in style again.
I've never even had like a specific like affinity for
Yeah,
Cameron
yeah,
Diaz at all. Let's repeat it again, Danny. Sorry.
I may look like a thing of the past, but I'm holding out for when all of this is back in style again.
It's hot wherever I go, no matter the
Johnny
weather.
Bravo.
Johnny Bravo is a decent
That's my
guess.
guess.
Decent guess.
Oh, right, because it has to be a person or like a name
Or
a character.
celebrity, historical figure, or character.
So I was gonna be like Peacoat, but that's
Jacket.
I'll keep going. Hey, at least I won't bring you to McDonald's on a first date.
What?
So someone
that
else
mean?
in this story did do that.
From a movie, maybe.
Are you the Burger King king?
The burglar? No,
Are you the Hamburglar? Are you Grimace?
No. Okay, I might have misled you guys with that one.
Are you the king that I'm waking up with?
Yeah. Okay. My morning mini wheats aren't the only things that are frosted.
Whoa.
That sounds sexual, but
This is Guy Fieri.
it is Guy Fieri. It's hot wherever I go. One, because of his flame shirts,
yeah,
but
yeah,
also he drives like hot rods.
And he like works in kitchens and stuff.
Yeah. And that's also even better.
all
Yeah,
makes
he's
sense now.
I may look like a thing of the past because he's got frosted tips and like he's
but he's
wearing, like-
eternal.
Hey, at least I won't bring you to McDonald's on a first date just because he's like better about food than that.
Right,
I
that
feel
makes
really bad. I
sense.
misled you guys so hard with that.
I liked that pivot. I enjoyed that
The
one.
Hamburglar, yeah. My morning mini wheats aren't the only things that are frosted. I tried to make that not sound sexual.
I come on my cereal. Oh, this is Guy Fieri.
Yeah. He does that. My sense of taste is right on.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And then I'd like to dine her, driving our way back home, and dive into the sheets. Yeah. Anyway, that's Guy Fieri.
What other funny thing that I'm reflecting on is that of all the jokes I submitted that round before Guy Fieri, Cameron Diaz was the closest I got.
That's funny.
Daniel's Johnny Bravo, I felt like was not close in terms of one's fictional, but like
Because-
Guy Fieri's fictional. One's fictional, the other's Johnny Bravo.
Because I did Cameron Diaz,
like
then
the
I did
hair,
Jacket,
Yeah.
I don't know.
then I
Jacket's
did
pretty
Can You
good.
Repeat the First Two, and I never submitted a guess, and then I got Guy Fieri.
So like, that was a
By
fun
the way,
one,
I'm
though.
sorry,
Yeah.
Guy Fieri. I know that you don't come on your mini wheats. Well, I don't know that you don't.
We're just assuming
I
that you
assume that you don't.
We know you do it on your Frosted Flakes. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not cornflakes. You wouldn't come on
Frosted. Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for Who the Fuck Am I? Hope you enjoyed that.
Thank you, Danny.
They were Luigi, Tom Hanks, Minerva McGonagall, and Guy Fieri.
Great.
Yeah.
Great
Fun
work,
little-
team.
Can you imagine them in a movie together?
Yeah. Great work, team.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
look, Jacket might not have been the right guess, but I ended up there, and I think I scored fewer points than Daniel across the games we've played today or in general in the last couple episodes, but I feel like a winner now. So I feel like I feel comfortable closing the book personally. And as we all know, the game is not over until I've won.
That is true.
Yeah.
But until then, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it.
Kissy kissy.
Goodbye.
Bye.